right. So, we are up and going. So, this is going to be the first session of our Stars Without Numbers game. We have a couple other overlays that we're working on, that I've been working on. So, unfortunately, for those of you guys that are going to be watching us live or following the the YouTube video when I put it up, I don't have those set up just yet. We're still working out some bugs on them. They're the first ones I've ever done. So, exciting stuff. For the players that we have 4 individuals that will be playing with us. We have, starting from left to right on the actual player screen that you can see here, where it does the nice tokens that I made for everybody to see. We have Santo Umbria, who is going to be played by Lee.
Hello.
We have Takage Shiro, who is going to be portrayed by Steven.
Howdy.
We have Ansoon, who's going to be played by Sue.
Hello.
And we have Wadan Nasher, who's going to be played by Andre.
How's it going?
Then, for those of you that aren't familiar, Stars Without Numbers, it is kind of a mix of 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons with a older system is called Traveler. For most of the people in this, I think, actually all of you guys, this is the first time you've ever played, right?
That's accurate.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. That's what I was fairly certain of when we had all the other fun stuff that we were doing earlier. So what we'll do right now is we'll just go through some quick character introduction. That way everyone kind of knows who all is who, and for those of you guys that might be watching, you get to know who they are as well. So let us go ahead and start up with Lee. How about you tell us a little bit about your character?
So, my character, Santo, is a Lombardy resident, or was a resident of the station Horizon. He is a very mousy-looking person. He's very thin, very short, not imposing at all whatsoever. He looks very, Northern Italian, like Sicilian. So he's sort of like paler skin, like light brown hair. He usually always wears his vac suit around. It's really strange. He's very knowledgeable about spaceships and building stuff and fixing things. He's not very good at fighting.
It's all right. How about thank you very much.
That's
Lee,
about it
for telling us there. How about? Oh, there we go. Helps. Thanks, Lee. How about we hear from Steve a little bit about Takage Shiro?
All right. Shiro Takage is our pilot for today. He was once part of a prominent astrogation family that helped to chart the sector from Katu Station in the Amira sector. Due to a familial feud with another family, the Hamato family, his family has come to ruin. His father's dead, his mother's dead, everyone he knows is dead. He's been kicked off of Katu Station, and one particular Hamato has a personal vendetta against him. He is slight of build. He doesn't speak much. He does have a noble background, a noble bearing. Very good pilot. Not really good at everything else. And yeah, that about sums it up.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's hear from Sue a little bit about On.
Well, she is from Solitude, a really, really small station. And she ran away when she was pretty young and joined some mercenaries. And now she's on the run from them, kind of. And she's good with guns. She is the beefier of the team.
Good deal. Good deal. And last but not least, let's hear a little bit about Wadan Nasher, Andre.
Certainly not least. All right, Rito Kunisa Wadan Boyardi Nasher Dam Beachbury is a rich kid from a mining family that struck it rich on a industrial station. He's a precog. He's a psychic. His family, due to their success, is embattled by rivals and other business interests. An assassin was sent by one of these to kill his father, but Wadan used his powers to save the father. However, the evil stepmother of the family hates psychics and kicked Wadan out of the house, framed him for the attempted murder, and now he is kind of on the run from his family, more or less. He did attend the Istituzioni Psichica di Apprendimento, the something else in Italian, Psychic Academy, to develop his skills a little bit further. And he is basically just trying to live his life in the galaxy, work on his art. He is a very creative person, and survive in the vacuum of space.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. So for those of you guys, just for clarity on, who the characters are, their classes, things like that. So Santo, you are an expert, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I know Shiro, you are also an expert.
Yes, sir.
Then On, you are a warrior.
Yep.
And Nadon, as you said, you are a psychic.
That's correct.
Fantastic. All right. So, basically, in the game Stars Without Numbers, it takes place in the year 3200. There has been massive advancements in human technology as far as space travel is concerned and things like that. All of this happened during what's called the Golden Age of Man. And one of the defining events that happened in man's exploration of space was an event that was called the Scream. What this did is it basically ripped metadimensional energy through space at a rate of where it ran through the entire galaxy at about 16 minutes. And one of the side effects of man traveling through space is they developed psychic abilities, thus creating psychics. The Scream happening kind of wrecked that for everybody. So we pick up the storyline in the year 3200, almost 1,000 years after the events of the Scream, where mankind itself has clung to the very edges of space, and they've formed tight-knit groups and different planet clusters around. Our crew here, I believe how it opens up is we see, you guys in an office, probably from the corporation that owns the ship, which was the Watson Watanabe shipyard. And it's probably what it is you're going over the paperwork for this lease that you have for your newly acquired starship called the Darksky. So there is a, kind of like a lawyer figure for Watson Watanabe sitting there. He's, going over just like, the doldrum of like, if you miss your payments on this, this happens. The whole very fun,
Do you want the extended warranty?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's trying to upsell you on the good windshield wipers too.
No, we're not getting that shit. No extended warranty. Wadon's bought too many sports cars. He's not into it. He knows better.
Mm-hmm. So
This undercoating seems like a good idea.
Oh
The
yeah,
undercoating.
definitely the undercoating. Yeah, that's
Definitely.
necessary.
Undercoating is always a good idea. And I believe where we find this is we kind of look out onto the outlook of space here, and we see that we are in the. Now, I know Steve's gonna make fun of me about this, but how it's pronounced is Socrates. It's not Socrates. We are in the Socrates system, and if I open up my thing here, because I have it hidden in like 7 different things, there it is. We are on. Yeah, we're sitting. So we're sitting in a pretty tall office building. The window that it has overlooks the actual city of where we're sitting. There it is. So we are currently on the planet of Eninia. Some of the buildings have kind of big like pressure tents around them because the planet here, it kind of has a thinner atmosphere. The one you're in right now doesn't have that sort of stuff because it's owned by Watson Watanabe, who is a very well-off, very prosperous company, so they can actually afford to have the pressure-sealed things. And I believe the individual that you're speaking to, this random lawyer number 675, he's speaking in a slight Italian accent as he's talking to you guys about the different things. And he's like, and as you can see here, basically, as long as you're diligent and paying, as long as you're willing to work with us and what we're doing, there shouldn't be any issues for what's going on. Do you have any questions about the negotiations of the lease? Anything about the terms in particular?
I assume that Wadon has gone over everything with a very fine-toothed comb, and he's made sure everything looks proper. I assume that he's probably leased some stuff in his life, being the scion of a noble house. So as long as everything looks good to him, he's not really going to raise any concerns. He's probably already tried to butter up the salesmen and the lawyers and everything, tried to throw around his name to gain a little bit of traction with them.
Yeah, what did you do to try and get that? Like, what were you trying to accomplish as well?
Well, especially with this lawyer, if he's speaking with an Italian accent, he's probably tried to talk to him about, what his favorite pasta, or maybe his favorite cheese. I know that's a favorite. That's a good way to get rid of get it.
Favorite space pasta.
Yeah,
Favorite
exactly.
space pasta. Yeah, if he likes angel hair or linguine or ravioli or what, or if he's more of a lasagna man.
Let's see. Let me see some things here about Enian here. So, they're an artistic individual. They're an artistic culture as well. So they embrace all food stuffs. As cultures kind of have intermingled throughout the millennia. There's probably very strange sort of food stuffs that have arisen. There's probably still those good staples somewhere. Where my mom made, Mama made the best meatballs. She really did. She used those space cows, got them ground up just right. Exactly. Yes.
Secret ingredient is space cow.
Yes. Secret ingredient is space cow, followed very closely by space vodka.
Grass fed.
Go ahead and just make a persuasion test here. How you'll do that? So it'll be your persuasion will be based off of your charisma, because I imagine you're trying to schmooze and talk him over, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Was anybody else around when you were doing this?
I assume that at least Shiro is in the room. You know, he's the pilot. He's probably got his name on some of the paperwork.
Yeah.
Some of the insurance paperwork, most likely.
Okay.
Yep, I'm at the table. I'm looking over the contract, and more or less just shrewdly staring at this negotiator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you initially made the contact, you were like helping out, trying to negotiate terms and things on your payment and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the tack I will be using is, how does it fly? How do we know how it flies?
yeah.
Well, we're gonna need a shakedown cruise. We're gonna need to figure these things out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, he would definitely have assured you that this is a Watson Watanabe Yards constructed ship. The only issues we've ever had is when there's pirates or things of that nature that we really can't control that. But as far as technical failures or electronical issues or varieties in the spike drive, short of it being human error, there shouldn't be any issues with it whatsoever.
Is it new?
Your reputation is solid, which is why I've come to you. However, assurances don't keep you safe in the black. This is an old ship.
So it's not new.
Yeah. So that was to answer the question there. So no, the ship is not a new ship. Ships themselves, they're like in the reference that we would know. It's kind of like cathedrals in the Middle Ages. Like it's a huge endeavor to make a spacecraft. It's even one that's the size of the Darksky, which is a very small frigate class. It's a free trader, is what it is.
So everyth's a hand-me-down, basically.
Essentially, yeah. There's
starships.
Yeah, there's a lot of the hand-me-down sort of starship. Through your questioning, would you guys have asked like how the ship has now been able to come back up for sale? Because one of those things is like, once a ship is in someone's possession or being leased from from whoever made the ship initially, there's different reasons as to why the ship had to come back up.
Oh, Wadon is
we want to know what the stains are for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
From.
And he's already checked to see how haunted it is, if it's within acceptable limits of haunting.
Mm-hmm.
He's satisfied with that, obviously, or he wouldn't be sitting in this room signing paperwork with this dickhead.
Yeah.
So I assume, to get back to the persuasion roll, that Wadon is being assisted. So I type in, I assume 1.
Well, let's find out
Okay.
and see if he is being assisted. So Steve, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
And if he gets a 7 or higher, then yes, you will be assisted. So yes, you are being assisted.
All right. So assisted will be 1. Submit.
Okay,
Cool.
so an 8. So yeah, and what was it you were trying to accomplish with your schmoozing over? Just trying to get better.
Not really any specific points of the contract. More just trying to get him to be friendly, so that to get him on a better footing, a more advantageous footing.
Yeah. So treat you more like a human being as opposed to this is as opposed to like the name that's associated with who now is paying for the ship.
Oh no. Wadon absolutely wants to be thought of as his name, his family name. It's very important that he leverage that as much as possible while he still has the ability to, while the news hasn't spread that he's been disowned, basically. But he wants to make the lawyer laugh. He wants to say like, oh yeah, Wadon, I was writing this contract and there's a couple little clauses in here that are going to screw you over that I get paid extra to put in by the shipyard, and I'm just going to point these out to you so that that doesn't happen to you, basically.
Okay.
So any little things, any tripwires, any landmines that are in there, Wadon is just trying to befriend this guy to make sure that he knows about them.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, he would go through with an 8 there. I mean, that's a pretty good success, is what that is. I mean, he would definitely level with you on as to why, the ship is now in your possession, and that is because. Let me see here. That was. Because the ship itself was once the previous owner of the ship, he was actually utilizing it as a pleasure cruise vessel, essentially.
Oh, boy.
Is what it was, which was never worked into the original negotiations of his specific contract. So the Watson Watanabe, they had to revoke the terms, and they
Obviously.
basically they had to they had to get their merchandise back, and essentially that's what it was up.
It's been cleaned, right?
Oh yes, it's been cleaned thoroughly. We checked behind everything, even behind it's like one of those things, like even behind the rearview mirror, we cleaned that even.
Beautiful. All right, just to be safe, no one bring a black light on board.
Right.
Yes.
So while they're smoozing, can I use my former life as a bureaucrat? Basically, because I came from a warlord place, so I was the one that they had bring in the paperwork that they forced people to sign.
Yeah.
In order to get stuff done. So I'm gonna just read the fine print, read the verbiage.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a bureaucracy skill check there. It'd be with intelligence, is what it would be with.
Okay.
That is absolutely a skill.
That it is. That it is.
Wow.
You are not assisted in this, I don't believe.
Okay.
Oh,
A crit.
yeah.
Or not
yeah,
crit,
you
but-
did great. Yeah, you got a 12 on it. Yeah, it's very straightforward. Like Watson Watanabe, they're straight shooters. They know that they live or die based on their reputation. So they're not out to screw people over. There's other spaceship corporations that are out there, spaceship creators and shipyards that might not have such like a good standing with their individuals. But Watson Watanabe, they're right up there. They're good guys. And everything you're reading through, like you're just like rifling through like this little like booklet that they gave you, that they made in triplicate. Like everything looks legit.
Okay. Yeah. So, it in a look that's very practiced.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just look at I look at Wadan, and then I also look at Shiro, and I just kind of give like the quick nod of like, yeah, it's good, it's real good.
Okay, and so I mean, it goes over like how like they're so some of the things like you would notice as you're reading over, because again, this is your pretty standard operating procedure and practice, is that it does have a tracking device in it that lets them know like where the ship is, just on the off chance that the ship explodes by some means or another. With the way that he would explain it, with Yushiro being there, is essentially like if you guys run amok of pirates, if you get in the wrong side of the syndicate, you're gonna we can't help you out with that one, but we're gonna be able to find our ship afterwards. That's kind of the stuff that it goes over. Is things like that in there, and then also like how your payment works out, where at the end of every month you owe the payment that's due on it, which is on your actual character sheet. That is the Darksky. Here, and I'm just gonna.
Is that the operating cost?
Yes, that'll be the operating cost. Is what that'll be. Oh, it needs to be on the ship side.
It'll
I
be
guess.
$25.02 a month. Is that credits or
Yep. Yeah,
space bucks?
Yep, and it's in credits is what the monetary value works in. So yeah, it's 2,502 credits per month is what you're owed. And then the next one down, it shows maintenance cost, That is your monthly operating costs is what that is. It's how you like make sure like things don't break on the ship as readily. The one that really is more important in that honestly is your operating cost. That's how much it is to pay off Watson Watanabe. Now the initial price of the Darksky here was, let me pull that information up. Yeah, 770,000 credits is what that is. So got all that fun math done up somewhere over here. Yep. So I have a spreadsheet that I've actually made that shows like how much actual like interest and things like that you'll be ending up paying off in the grand scheme of things here. So, yeah, so this would be the time, like, if you're wanting to negotiate anything further, this would definitely be the time to do so. The starship itself, it's fairly standard. You have a multifocal laser that is basically your primary weapon in there. You also have a sand thrower, which does flak damage. So basically, if you're assailed by small, pathetic, puny little ships, you can shoot that, and it shoots big bursts of silicate out into space, and those ships fly into it, and it damages them up pretty bad. You have pretty much standard everything else. Your computer, it's at a level 1 computer for what the ship is. Same thing with your life support. Your power supply is at a level 1, and you also have a level 1 spike drive, which is the main way of how you're going to survive and move about. It's the main way how you move about. It's your engine, is what it is.
Right.
With the life support. Now, this is important information. So the book itself has been updated to where in the book it says that a full crew can only live on 2 weeks worth of life support. That has been updated by the creator of the game in a errata that he did. So it is now 2 months, is what it was. And we've worked it out that with the 4 of you guys, it's 90 days worth of life support is what it's going to be. It's essentially what you have to operate with.
So that's we have to like re-up our oxygen basically and our water every 90 days, or what do you think?
Yeah, so
Okay,
you're able to live
right.
on the ship. You're able to live there. It has like the little like auto food dispenser thing. Like you have to and like every
replicator.
Yeah, every so often you have to resupply on that. That'll be part of like refueling and things like that, which is actually in the book itself. It's
You got to feed it stray cats every so often.
Exactly. You got to throw the stray cat in.
Yeah. Wadon wants to cash in some of this goodwill that he's cultivated and see if he can get a last-minute reduction in the interest rate.
All right. Also, before you handle that, I'm going to turn to you because you're my negotiator, I think.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say, we're going to need a discount on our monthly fees if we have to clean up any fluids.
You need to just. I mean, he's
point.
assured you that it's very clean. I mean, you guys probably did like a walkthrough on it at some point.
Well, that was before I knew it was a sex ship.
Yeah, Wadon is going to leverage. He's going to say that his religion considers it unclean, and he'll have to perform a lot of rituals with a lot of expensive reagents and materials to make it habitable for himself, and that all the negotiating he's done so far has been in good faith. That it was going to be Darksky was going to be habitable as is, and that this is clearly not the case anymore. And that this changes things for Wadon, and that he needs some points off of the interest rate, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it really sounds like you're doing like a business dealing, correct?
Santo will also leverage the fact that the lubricant that they were using on the ship is not spaceship grade lubricant.
It's coconut oil.
It's coconut oil. What is this?
I gotta clean all.
Space
I gotta
coconut.
clean all that shit out, and I gotta replace it.
And I will point out that Shiro is obsessive compulsive, so just the mere mention of the sex ship thing has set him off. He's been triggered.
He's been triggered. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it definitely sounds like you're trying to make like a business persuasion on there. So it would definitely be a business role that would need. I say, is anybody else trained in business? Does anyone have anything better than a -1?
I mean, I have it. Okay, yeah, never mind. Business is different.
Yeah.
I'm a paperwork guy. Okay, never mind.
So it would be a charisma. It'd be a charisma with business, and you're not assisted.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna see how this goes.
Oh boy.
Business, charisma, unassisted.
Okay,
6.
so 6. 6 is not a qualified success. So I mean, you guys go back and forth on this. I mean, it's that sort of thing. Like he does the walkthrough with you, like to show you that yes, it is clean. We've done everything. Like you get in there and like the smell of the cleaning solution just like singes your nostrils. Like they use like space bleach to clean everything up. So it's very clean. Like he'll take white glove, black test. He'll do whatever he needs to do because it's what they do. It's like this is what we do. We get down. We really make sure we put the elbow into it. Like he'll even like demonstrate like the proper cleaning procedure that the cleaning robots did.
I don't want anybody to demonstrate anything on this ship.
Literal elbow grease with the cleaning robots.
Yeah.
All right. Wadon is out of he's out of avenues here, so he's just going to sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So, yeah, you put your signature down, and the handshake happens. We see that, and then I think that's when like the initial like the big like dark sky thing like pops up across
title
the
card.
viewpoint. Yeah, exactly. Then the title card happens.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. We get the really cool like intro music and the cool, like
Sweet.
overview, showing missions that are going to happen here later on.
It's either Aces High or Shoot to Thrill. That's what I've decided unilaterally.
Nice.
I'll
Alrighty.
trust your judgment.
Yeah.
It's a good habit to get into. I approve.
Yeah. So congratulations, everybody. You are now the proud owners of a several times previously owned starship, now as known as the Darksky. So yeah, basically, what you need to do now is pay back Watson Watanabe. While you're here on Inian, excuse me, can't say the name of the planet that I created. Inian. While you're here, it's a pretty good planet. It's actually part of the TL4 planet. So you actually can find most of your common things that you'll need that are essential for space travel and things like that here. Most of the major corporations have a headquarters here. So yeah, and it's got a very large population. It has a little bit over 8 million individuals that are living here. The planet itself is slightly smaller than that of Earth. It's actually it's slightly larger than that of Mars, is what it is there. For people that are interested in that sort of stuff. I think one of the things that also happens is once you guys get to the ship, you got to move in and put your things in, but you guys need to find a job. So where do you guys go to look for a job? There's several different things you can do. You can either, try and contact, a corporate office that's here on the planet. You can attempt to go to a spacer bar and kind of look up, different individuals that are there, or you can just go to Space Craigslist and see kind of what the best job is that's being offered.
Whenever we start moving our stuff in and whatnot, I'm going to basically turn to everyone. I've got rubber gloves on and a bucket of soapy water and the biggest black light that you've ever seen. And
bad idea.
And say,
No.
go find work. I have work to do here.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna be. When we bought the ship, does it come with like? Because I have a data slab. Did they give me like a full schematic breakdown of the ship?
Oh you guys, that was part of like the thing, like they wanted to make sure like you have like where like all the schematics and like where the PowerPoint A goes to PowerPoint B, things like that. So
Okay, so yeah, I would just be following them around, but I'm like a teenager with his head in his phone, just like looking down at my screen.
Wadon's looking around for work. He's staying out of the mining sector because he doesn't want to run into anyone who knows his family or any related industries, really.
Okay. Yeah,
But anything
there's not like a big
is good.
mining cartel that's located on this particular planet, so yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right on.
If there's anything, they probably buy like some of the mined goods. Like they'll buy like extremely hard metals and then craft them into things. Like
Okay.
there's people that are like working on like statues and things of that nature that you'll see around.
Statues, huh?
Yeah, they're very artistic individuals on this planet as well. So, it's one of the things that you'll see people like painting. It's got very like beautiful picturesque scenes, just because like the atmosphere is so thin, and this the star that we're in on this planet is a nice big red giant. So everything comes through the atmosphere. And maybe the atmosphere has like some sort of element that gives things like a little bit of like a greenish tinge into the atmosphere itself. So there's always like these very like fulminescent green blue sunsets that happen that fade to like deep purple as it goes down. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Wadon's an artist. He's very interested in this stuff. He is a practitioner of the ancient art of heavy metal. He's a very well-versed scholar of the ancient instrument, the electric guitar.
Yes, the very ancient.
Yes.
Timeless, in fact.
Timeless, in fact.
Yes, timeless.
So he starts talking to, he's looking around, he's checking out the art, and basically just seeing what kind of work and browsing, seeing if anything interests him. It's an all of the above type of deal.
Yeah. I mean, there's all manner of art that you can find around. I mean, there's people that are, like I said, they're painting, they're sculpting, they're, crafting, ornate metalwork things. Like someone probably like brought down like a shipment of like titanium or something, and have like a commission work, and they're working on that, and they're very very like open sort of air, sort of like if you walk to like a Renaissance fair or something, and they have like the crafters like glass blowers and things like that. It's kind of like that in the little area where you're at. Like there's a bunch of little craft boutique stores and things like that.
Wow, glass blowing, huh? Crazy. Yeah, Wadon kind of wants to stay away from the raw materials thing. Maybe there's like a high security data transmission mission, or take this piece of valuable something from here to someplace else, or in reverse.
Do you like go to like one of the like the corporate spacer bars and like look for like go to like where the job postings are, things like that?
Yeah. There's like a board with job postings. Wadon's all about that. He knows finances, and he is, having that sort of Damocles hanging over him with the monthly payment is kind of hurting him already. It's like a big spike driven into his brain.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you go there and you see there's several different postings that are on there. Are you looking for like highest paying, or are you looking for close by? Are you looking for what are you on the hunt for exactly? Just like something to get you the money to keep paying off this ship?
Well, highest paying sounds good.
Okay.
That's probably what he looks at first.
Yeah. So the first one that's on there, it's for like a local, like there's like a local craftsman that needs something, on the far side of the planet. Like he has like a daughter that he wants to like send a message to. It's like, I'll do this and I'll give you a fine piece of art, and things like that. It's like one of the little ones on there. It's like next. Yeah, I imagine it's like this big like hollow board that's up there, and you just like swipe right, swipe right. Swipe right.
Left. We're swiping these left, Q.
Yes. Oh, yes. Is it left? I don't know. I don't use the apps and the Tinders and the things of that nature.
We're not on a. It's not a left to right.
Whichever the appropriate swipage is for saying no and then yes. Yeah, you get a couple of them in there. Probably the first one that you come across that's like a true like this is a corporation that has this job. It's by the Solar Wind Combine, who is the big agricultural conglomerate that's in this sector of space, and they have a job that is willing to pay 10,000 credits to pay, and all it says is transport of biological cargo.
I kind of just look up from my data slab, and I'm just like, I think that's similar to what the ship was doing before.
We should be pretty well cut out for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, transport of biological cargo sounds very vague. Where are we transporting it to? How much are we transporting? How biological is this cargo?
Yeah, so yeah, there's a number.
How wet is it?
Yeah, so there's like contact
life
information
always finds
that you
a way
can...
biological.
What was that? What was
that's
that?
a negative. I'm not gonna have a T-Rex break out of my cargo hold, kill everyone, and then trap itself back in a cargo hold before it gets to San Francisco. That's not how this shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, no, totally. So yeah, if you see on there like when you it's like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Do you have you have a compad, right? Like the phone.
Lee has Santo has a com.
I have a data slab.
Yeah, he has a data slab, so it works as that. But for Wadon, you have a
revolver.
You have a revolver? You don't have like a phone or anything?
No.
Okay, no. You don't have a phone yet. Okay, that's fine. So did anybody go with you to go look for?
I'm with him.
Yeah.
I think the three of us. I think Shiro went to the ship.
Yeah, so Santo.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Cleaning. He's hardcore cleaning.
Yeah. So Santo, you're with him, and you can download like just instant data link. The information for like who the contact is on that individual's name is. Let's do that.
Pull it up in a different window.
Yeah, exactly. There he is. This guy, the contact for this one is. There it is. Her name is Luca. Luca Maskova is her name. It's the corporate rep for Solar Wind Combine on the planet of Inian.
What was her last name again?
It is Maskova. I'll put it in the chat because I'll just put her whole name in the chat for you. That's her name right there. She lives on the second floor. Yeah, so she it has her work contact information, her email, her all that fun stuff that you can get a hold of with literally just the press of a button.
Okay. We press that button.
Yeah. So it rings, a couple times, and then it's answered by a receptionist. And it's like, hello, thank you for calling Solar Wind Combine. And she's saying this in Italian because that's the language that is spoken on this planet primarily. May I ask who's calling? And how can I direct your call?
This is Wadon Nasher. I'm looking for Luca Moscova.
And is that in Italian then?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Wadon speaks Italian.
Yeah. So she says, oh, yes, please hold. And she puts you on hold. And it picks up. Is this all happening over a speakerphone sort of situation on the data slab?
Yeah, Wadon's got his Bluetooth earpiece in. Yeah.
Basically just sitting at on a bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Luca picks up the phone and says, yes, hello, this is Luca Mascova. How can I help you today?
My name is Wadan Nasher, and I represent the freighter Darksky. And I saw your notice about transporting biological materials. How biological are these materials, and where is the Darksky transporting them to for you?
Yes. Thank you for calling. We've been trying to. We've had this posting up for a while, and there haven't been any good traders around, or any good freighters, that is. But yes, I'm sure you saw the pay. We finally put it up there to see what would happen with it, and it's very biological. They're very biological assets, and they're being taken to one of our new our new farming operations that is on Oberon, is where it is. Which is up in the lobby sector, I believe. And she's like, you can hear like clacking away on a keyboard, double checking, making sure that yes, in the lobby system is where you're taking them. Are you familiar with Oberon? It's a little different than here. It's a big planet. It's very warm. Good. It's good for growing certain things.
Now, I'm not personally familiar with Oberon. What exactly is the cargo, may I ask?
It is a biological asset that is company secret, that is company confidential. I hope you understand. There's a lot of competition for what we're doing, and I don't know you personally. How do I know you're not going to just simply take what we have and sell it off to the higher bidder, to the highest bidder? I mean,
Space cows.
Yeah, because I'm not a farmer. I'm Ritu Kanisa Wadan Boyardi Nasher Dam Beachbury. I'm not interested in farming equipment. Is this seeds, fertilizer? What are we talking about here? We're not talking about some kind of alien egg.
We don't have to feed it, do we?
Yeah, we don't have to feed it.
No,
right?
no, you won't have to feed it. It is not alien. Aliens. The only aliens that are around are small, pathetic things. They don't matter anyway. But no, it's biological assets. We have handlers that will be with it. They're going to be taking care of them. Yes, we have people that are going to be making sure that that the asset makes it there properly. It's all if you would like to meet, I could have you come and we could discuss this in person. I'm sure it would be a little bit more advantageous.
I don't know. This sounds shady as fuck to Wadan. What's everyone else's opinion?
It was like, yes, we should meet in person, and there should be paperwork, proper paperwork.
Am I like talking to Sigourney Weaver right now, or what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver is the guest star in today's episode.
Yeah.
Also known as
episode 1
this
got a
corporation
really
is
good
also known as Wayland Yutani.
Yeah, precisely. Shiro just got done cleaning. We're not going to get some confidential biological assets all over his nice cargo bay.
It's like space manure.
Precisely. Maybe we can find something else. Wadan's going to let her down soft. He's got some experience with this, and maybe look for something else.
Okay. You guys are gonna look for something.
Yeah, I'll just bookmark it and then put it over in like a separate folder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I literally just like make a folder that says maybe.
That just says maybe.
Question mark.
With like 5 A's.
Maybe. Just put it in there.
Okay. So yeah, let me double check on what else is available on this planet. Because there are a couple other corporations.
Wadan has to take a minor break, and he will be right back.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, then I'll see what else we have here on the corporate side. Actually, if do we just want to take a quick 10-minute break here, and then I can get I can figure out what other sort of things are going on this planet.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, we can do that if you like.
All right, so yeah, we'll be back in 10. So yeah, we'll see you then.
All right.
Okay. Huh.